Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we are covering the mysterious disappearance of the Nancy Guthrie case from Pima County, Arizona. Did we miss something in an interview? Was two houses being searched, or just the Daly's house and the Range Rover? Also, the neighbor speaks out again with Brian Enton, does a sit down interview with the neighbor of Nancy Guthrie, and what she has to say may surprise you. The connection: multiple people's houses have been searched in the Nancy Guthrie case, but we may have found a connection. All of this and a lot more to cover on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my path, but I'll rise again. Just watch me judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and heard, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Let's hit it.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Hey, about to get a boom. Here we go.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Music Q's ready. Me's ready. And F is ready. Little Black Clear. Melon's ready. Ninja's ready.
Coming in clutch.
Me's ready.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. And your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is April 28th, 2026. It is currently 8:36 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate you. Tonight, we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case. We've been digging hard the last few days, and very, very interesting things that we found this evening. Your chat is blurred. What does that mean, Don? Your chat is blurred. What does that mean, baby? I don't know what that means. Okay, it's better now. Okay. You're doing new. Good to see you all, guys. Before we get started, if you would be so kind, do me a big favor and please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. Also, um, share the live out if you would be so kind. Hit that share button, copy that link, drop it in any of your favorite social media. Also, consider hyping this video after the live stream. You get 3 hypes a week. If you don't use it, you lose it. Um, and the more you participate in chat, the more hype points you get. So we always encourage participation. You don't got to be in the bushes, no matter who you are. Come on out. The closet's too small and it's too dark to decorate. So come on out. Good to see everyone. Let me say hello to a few of you guys in here. Carol, Miss Sherry, good to see you. Miss Shannon, wee. Good to see you, darling. Bonaboo, hello. Miss Susan, good to see you. Connie, Miss Mama, Deborah, Tina, Klinger, Plant Lady, Dreamcatcher, Forget Me Not, Never Could, Never Will. Chef, good to see you, honey. Tony, bonjour. Ratui, hello. Jennifer, good to see you. Miss HL, good to see you, my friend. Robin, hello. Miss Maurice, she comes from a land down under. Good to see you, my darling. Who else do we got in here? Klinger, hello. Wendy, Linda, Leftover Pizza, hello. Dreamcatcher, Downeyland, good to see you, my friend. Miss Carol, Ziva, good to see you. Larry, hello. Asha, good to see you. There's my other Land Down Under YouTuber. And we got Tina, Sheila, Holly, Fire Girl. Hello. No one puts the baby in the corner. Good to see you. Becky, good to see you, my friend. Hello. Good to see you all. All right. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, your Tuesday is good. We're almost at hump day. Thank the Lord. It's been so many in here. I can't keep up. Carol says a blanket hello to everybody. That's what she says. All right. Lot to cover, guys. Lot to cover. We'll get with the smaller stuff first. Hey, yes, JM, good to see you. Pam, hello, darling. Danny, Susan, everyone coming in. User, good to see you. I feel bad if I don't say hello to everyone. Tina, hello. All right. Quincy, hello. All right. So, a lot to cover this evening. You guys know that we have been uh, obviously really deep diving in the Nancy Guthrie case. And okay, so, we've been asking the question about, who is Zach, right? Who is Zach and all of these other people? Um, First, I need to give a a, um, a statement that everyone is innocent unless and until proven guilty. Do not contact anyone, uh, harass anyone, dox anyone, um, all of that, right? We're not saying anyone is guilty. We have no idea, but lots of interesting questions that we're going uh, to be. No, Kathy, I haven't. Maybe a week ago, I spoke to him, but nothing in the last few days. Um, so yeah, all of that stuff. And we've been asking who the question of this Zach is. And again, Zach says that he has not lived in the United States since 2019, um, and that he has nothing to do with the Nancy Guthrie case. That being said, um, that's what he claims. Yesterday, we were looking also at the dailies, going over some things that we found very interesting in particularly Mary's interview, Mrs. Daly. And she says something, and I don't know what she means by this. I want to hear from you guys on this. I don't know if she's talking about there's another house being searched. Someone emailed me and was like, was she saying another house or another the vehicle at Culver's being searched? So I want to run that quickly past you as well. Also, the connection. We have been looking at, is there a connection between the dailies and Zach? And maybe there might be. I'll let you look at this and you make up your mind or unsure or whatever. We'll go from there. Does anyone know where Justin got his glasses? I got my glasses from a really cheap place. I can't remember where it's at, but it's online. They're like $15. Yeah. Um, Someone will remember. One of my mods will probably remember in chat. I've got the memory of a goldfish. So, Deborah says, I believe there's a connection. Zach sure knows him. Well, there's a guy named Jerry. And it just so happens that it sounds like Jerry has a car dealership, is in the car business. And Mary has a connection, obviously. Zinni. No, I didn't get him from Zinni. Was it Zinni? Was it Zinni I got my glasses from? Let me see here. I can't remember. It might have been Zinni. It was Zinni. Yep, it was Zinni. Thank you. Thank you to my mod who texted me that. Yeah, I do too. I do too. I'm getting ready to order some new glasses because Pearl's wrecked every one that I got. So that's why I buy really cheap glasses, because the ones I have on right now are actually broken. So, Yeah, I did a live on picking them out. Yeah, I did a members only. Please don't say Timu. No, not Timu. No, not that cheap. um, so where do I start? Where should I start? Let's start with the small things first. Also, do you guys remember that what people said was or could be um, it could be a scanner that was in the suspect's uh, side there. Could be a scanner, could be what else did people say it was? I forget what else people said it was. Could be a scanner, could be something else. Someone sent me something, and I'm wondering if it could be something like that as well. Um, walkie-talkie, walkie-talkie. Might be, may not be, don't know. And of course, Zach did a live stream the other day with another fellow YouTuber. He is in Jordan right now, and again, that's where he says he's been since 2019. Public record does say otherwise, though. Um, hold on. There's a car alarm going off. It's not mine. It's not mine. Okay. So Mary says something very interesting right here. Let's start with the small things first before we get into it. Guys, do me a favor. If you're just jumping in, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate everyone being here today. Let's I want to see what you guys think on this. He looks and acted suspicious. Michelle, Miss Smiley, good to see you, Mamacita. Good to see you, my friend. What do tasers look like? That's not a taser. Tasers are usually kind of like a rectangle. Uh, 1 second. There's a fruit fly in here. If you see a fruit fly flying around, it's not me. I'm not the fruit fly. But Pearl, my spider monkey, she eats obviously fruit, and it's been it's been fun. I just bought like these little electronic things that you can that's supposed to kill them, but there's like maybe 2 left, but tomorrow there'll be 1,000 if you're not careful. Get that fruit fly. It's annoying the hell out of me right now. It's breaking my concentration. Luke and Mom gives me Bates Motel vibes. Interview was straight up strange. We're not going to play this whole interview by any stretch of imagination. I just want you to hear something that I didn't. Again, you can listen to something 1,000. Hey, Anna Elizabeth, good to see you. You can listen something 1,000 times, and someone will be like, "Hey, you missed that," or listen to it again and hear it again. So I just want to let me find it real quick.
Yeah, I mean, the media don't.
I didn't talk to those people at all. We just,
So tell me what happened when this all
Okay, right here.
ends up at your home. Your home ends up becoming part of this story.
yeah, well, people were coming to the door and I wasn't necessarily answering it. They might not have even had a camera or anything. And then this one, late afternoon when they came in the big SWAT vehicles, pulled into my driveway and said they wanted to, they wanted to see anything that could link anything. I said, well,
Right up here.
yeah, go ahead. I mean, so they were there for about 6 hours, and I was in the SWAT vehicle, and they went through my house and went through everything and tore everything, broke my. If a door was locked, they would break it open to go see what was in there. There really wasn't anything in there, but it was pretty upsetting.
Well, and it's one thing to come to you and say, do you have any video or anything like that? It's another to detain you and search your house with a search warrant. Did they tell you why?
Um, I, I guess I assumed, because I live close by or something, but um,
Let me find it.
I
It's right
just,
here.
I just said I'd do anything if we could find some clues that might help. But go ahead and look. I mean, I didn't worry if we
Maybe I
could find
passed it up
some clues.
already.
So tell me what happened when this all ends up at your home.
I think it's
Your
right here.
home ends up becoming part of this
Maybe.
story.
Yeah, well,
Maybe I already missed it. Let me make sure.
people
I
were
just
coming
played
to
it.
the door and I wasn't necessarily answering it. They might not have even had.
There's a lot of upset and fear, concern.
I don't have a lot of hope of being room and tells us what's going on. So it's very emotional for me. I mean, I'm old and I'm not. I don't have a lot of hope of. I didn't talk to those people at all. We just. Mhm.
So tell me what happened when this all
Did I
ends up
pass it?
story. Yeah, well, people were coming to the door and then this one, late afternoon when they came,
and search your house with a search warrant.
because I live close by or something, but there's going to be anything in here, but I'll turn that off. Yeah, and then I just decided I was much better off going to Phoenix.
Let me find it. Hold on, guys. 2 seconds. Let me find this. And do you guys think this is strange? That she like it's and again, I don't think Mary's a bad woman by any stretch of the imagination. Okay. I don't think so. But it's kind of like she was when she was talking to Savannah, it was kind of like Savannah, kind of go on with your life, rebuild your family, all that. There was not really a lot of hope for Nancy being alive. You know what I mean? So there was that. Let me see here. Um, bear with me. And yes, they were searching you. Okay. I think it's right here.
A community you're part of. So
Right
when you
here.
first start hearing about it, I imagine there's a
Right
lot
here.
of upset and fear, concern.
Yes. And they were searching, I live on this street, and then they were searching a street a little closer and a little farther out, excuse me. And
Did you hear that? She said they were searching. One second. Oh my God. These ads. Okay. Listen to what she says again.
yes, and they were searching, I live on this street, and then they were searching a street a little closer and a little farther out, excuse me. And, it's just weird to have these people and people standing in front of my house.
Okay. So right there, she says, yes, they were searching, I live on this street and they were searching a street a little closer. I mean, a little farther out. Excuse me. Does she mean the Range Rover? Or were they searching? No, she's not close to Carlos. She's not close to Carlos at all. Now, the how do I say it? The Range Rover the search happened 8 minutes away from the house. About 8 minutes. Now, it's technically the next street over, but it's way down. I think the walking search areas. What she's talking about is there is 2 search warrants conducted at the same time. Right? I'm going to show you approximately where they live and where approximately where Culver's is. It's an 8-minute drive, right? And there has been, again, we've picked up on some things in the last few days that there's been some weirdness around this search warrant. Um, Zach says that um, Mr. Daly's brother uh, was, I don't, if you guys hear that car alarm, I'm sorry. Zach says that his brother's, uh, not his brother, Zach says Mr. Daly's brother was the one in the Range Rover. He said he heard that, but that's not really anything that we've ever heard. It appears this person has a tattoo on their wrist, whoever it is. Luke's brother does not have a tattoo on his wrist at all. We don't have him here, Diana, but how I first heard of Culver's was in Tennessee with the Sebastian Rogers case, which was kind of another. Ironically, it's always something with Culver's, not the business, but there's just always something in the case, close to Culver's. It was a street away. We would have heard that because everybody would be glued to the news stream outlets. Maybe. You would think. Um, but I will show you. It's technically a street away, but it's 3 miles. 8 minutes is the closest way, right? You can go down or you can go over like this and then down and then over. So maybe that's what she means on that. I think Mary's kind of rattled, in my opinion. Yeah, I wish Luke would have not been in the room when she was given that interview, because I feel like he's the boss man in this. I really, really do. Really feel like it's something like that. Culver's is a southern thing. Ashley, nothing beats Whataburger. Oh, I love Whataburger. So I miss Whataburger when I was in Texas. I don't remember Culver's though in Texas, but okay. So look at this. Look at this. This also comes in black as well. This, you see this flashlight, and wanted to show you this as well. Any thoughts on this? Let me show you the other one, because this guy is clearly holding something. Let me show you this right here. Someone sent this to me, and then you can see he's got something in the side there. I don't know. They say flashlight bulb. It is dark out there, but I don't know. Wow, all these gadgets. I know who would have think that there was a mouth flashlight. I never would have. I never thought there was a mouth flashlight. Hey, Green Eyes, good to see you, Robin. Miss Eureka, the Jersey lady I went to. Oh, nice. Looks very well planned. I think it was very well planned, but I think that this is something that is very, very solvable. I think that they've done everything that they possibly can do to uh, hide their tracks. Um, so again, I want to talk about uh, this uh, connection now. Y'all ready for this? Okay. So was looking at some documents, and even I think some of you guys sent it to me as well. Um, again, this gentleman right here, um, it says Zach. He's hanging out with Jerry, and that gentleman seems to know Zach, right? Seems to know Zach. And again, if you look here, um, the owner of the Range Rover, he's actually not the owner of the Range Rover. It's the owner is Luke, but this is when they were searching. Uh, Zach, they said, works for GM Motors used cars. He is seen here with Jerry. Jerry is somehow tied to Mary, which is uh, Luke Daly's mother, and Matt's, whose house was raided by the FBI, seen here in the dinner together. And again, here is another picture of Jerry and allegedly Jerry and allegedly Mary. Okay. Now, doing, I don't know if that's her boyfriend or a friend or whatever, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Was doing some investigative work today. And I see that Jerry owns a car lot. Jerry owns a car lot. Mhm. Jerry owns a car lot. So we have Zach, who says he doesn't own a car lot, but he says he's obviously obsessed with cars. And we have a picture of Zach and Jerry together. Okay. Then we have a picture of allegedly Jerry and Mary together. Zach is in cars. Jerry is in cars. They're together. You get what I mean? Okay, listen close. This is Zach. This is Jerry. They hang out together, or at least they did in 2017. Jerry owns a car lot. Okay. Zach, we'll just say, worked for car lots and has connections to car lots, car auctions, all of that. Okay. 2017 here. Okay. Here is Jerry. right? Here is Mrs. Daly. Okay. All allegedly. All allegedly. They, this is Luke's mom. Okay. Luke's mom with Jerry. Jerry with Zach. Zach with the car lot, with the Range Rover. His name comes up with that. This guy owns another car lot. I don't want to put his business up here while if I do a members only, I will. But I can't do it, just on a public live stream. I feel like he would talk to us. He looks nice. He looks like a nice guy. But he has a lot of luxury cars. Has a lot of luxury cars. So is Jerry Mary's brother. I don't know exactly how they are. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see. I've got a paper here. 1 second. Let me look at my notes. Okay. Give me 1 second. Um, there's something here. I don't know the connection. Hold on. Like also part of this. So there's do we I don't. I don't. All I know is they are together in this photo. They're together in this photo, right? So, oh, thank you, Deb. First super of the day. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much. That's been late, but I just wanted to say I love you and I love the prayer talk. And we love you, Deb. Thank you so very much for your support. Really, really do appreciate that, my dear. Good to see you, Miss Deb. In the middle of most cars are luxury, but not as costly. Well, I mean, this is the thing with car lots, particularly um, small car lots. They all kind of know each other, right? They see each other at the car auctions. Uh, they might swap cars. Uh, mechanics, whatever, all the time as well, right? Well, it certainly would, Ratui. It certainly would, wouldn't it? That would be very interesting. Has anyone ever thought whoever took Nancy meant to take a different Guthrie for ransom? No. Mm-mm. No, I don't think so. I'm half Italian. We love nice cars. That's right. Who don't like a nice car? I feel like private collections mechanics gotta know each other. Well, let's just see here. I mean, you don't just hang out with anybody, do you? Right? Most people just don't hang out with anybody. Like this says hanging out with Jerry. There's quite a big age difference between them, right? Mechanics use bike lights. They sure do, right? So there's got to be a camaraderie between, like, generally something brings you together, whether it is family, friends, a hobby, to spend the day with each other. That's a more intimate thing, right? Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. Um, that's a very good question, right? Jerry is related to Mary. So I've got some paperwork here, but I'm trying to look at it while I'm live, but I stop talking and I don't want any like dead air or anything like that. But um, there's ooh, hold on, Mary in boy, that's interesting. Hmm. Someone just sent me something very interesting I need to look into. Okay. Isn't a girlfriend related to Nancy's niece? AM, now that you say that, I think I remember that. I remember someone saying that. I don't know if that's to be true, but I do remember someone saying that. Unless he's a damn fool, why would he come forward and say as much as he did, disclosing so many provable things? I agree. Just my thought. Did his mother or relative work for Nancy? Um, well, I mean, if you look at thank you, Lucky. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate it. Thank you for your support, my dear. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate that. Good to see you. Um, it's there's some weird things. There's some weird things, yeah. And you're right, Ratui. Yes. And that's what I just got some interesting, very interesting things I need to look into. Very interesting things. Jeannie, thank you so much, baby. Good to see you. Thank you so much, my love. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much. And thank you for being a member as well, my friend. So good to see you, Jeannie. Thank you for your support. Um, how is he? No, he's from Jordan. He's from Jordan. Um, yeah. Way too many coincidences here. Late. It's okay. Left his DNA so I don't go missing. Liked, shared, and subscribed. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you so much. In my opinion, Mary is connected to Nancy. I don't think Mary is. I mean, I think she might be defending her son, um, and all that. But Luke's ex-girlfriend was named Kayla. Well, he says he wasn't dating her, but I think they were more. I think, in my opinion, probably Ruggs brought them together. Who was a fellow Ruggie. Yeah, Kayla related through marriage. Oh, I mean, Kayla is not related to the Guthries. I do know that. That's what everyone keeps saying. I just can't imagine Mary being a kook like that. I can't imagine that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not reading her right. We'll just kind of have to see. Okay. I'm going to show you some things here. We're going to get into. But I can tell you, in my opinion, one thing I do feel strongly about is something happened more with that search than we're being told. Something happened more. Someone else was there. I don't for a second think that Luke's brother was there. I don't think so. Because Zach says Luke's brother was driving the Range Rover. Luke says he was driving the Range Rover. Early reports was there was a mom. What did they say? 2 men, and one was the mother of one of them. Not both of them, one of them. That means someone else is not related. Right? One mom, 2 M. I think so too. I think there is too. I do. I agree with you. I think there might be a gray one and a blue one. Luke's brother has a family. It wasn't Luke's brother. Yeah. Mm. Luke would not give a TV interview saying that he was driving if he wasn't. I think well, again, my thing is, it's not necessarily whether he was driving or not, because I do believe Luke was driving something. But the thing is, right? The whole thing is, if he was driving, who was in the house, right? Who was in the house? Because they detained, allegedly, 3 in the house, 1 in the car, or 2 in the house, 1 in the car. Regardless, who is this other person, right? Here you go. Who is this? Again, I believe this is Luke. Perhaps, maybe not. I don't know. But to me, it doesn't really it, it doesn't really look like Luke right here. Oops, wrong one. I think it is Luke. I think that is Luke. Because I have another picture. He's definitely got tattoos on his wrist. This isn't what I was getting into tonight, but um he's got tattoos on his wrist, and Luke has a lot of tattoos. He has a whole sleeve. Would Luke cover for someone? Um I don't know. Um 1 second here. I think there's something wrong here. There is, I will say there is rumor, and again, I don't know this to be true. I'm just telling you what there's rumor, if you will, of that Luke's mom rented a room. Hold on. Wait a second. Okay. Someone said that Luke's mom may have rented a room to Derek C. I don't know. There's something weird. I don't know. We'll have to see. Tammy, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, appreciate you. 4 months, rockstar girl. Appreciate you. Oh, woohoo. Thank you so much, my darling. Good to see you and really, really do appreciate you. Miss Smiley, Eiley. Good to see you, darling. Appreciate you, darling. Love you, Miss Smiley. Appreciate you very much for all you do. You're an amazing person. And Miss Tina, do you remember in Mary's interview? I don't. Did I miss that? Thank you so much, Miss Tina. Do you remember in Mary's interview, she said a friend of Luke's was staying at the house? Did she say that? Ash, no, no, not a chance, not a chance. Uh, um, Ash, I don't see the FBI getting it wrong 3 times. I don't see him getting it wrong twice, to be honest with you. Maybe once. Hey, Betty, good to see you, my dear. Appreciate you. I think I remember seeing 3 people in Brian's coverage that night. What do you suppose the motive is in all this? Well, excuse me. Pardon me. Um, it's not. I mean, I don't think the motive has changed. I believe it's money, or they felt like they were wronged in some way, shape, or form. But I really feel like still this is, particularly with younger men like this, I feel like this is something that would be hired, right? I feel like it's something that's going to be hired. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What is the motive? Well, I'm not sure if we're going to get to the motive uh, in this yet. I think, I mean, this is the thing. It's not random. It's not random. This is not a random. Um, and you know, this is the thing. I used to never think that this was just ransom, just ransom. But I do believe, um, again, if we are staying right here in the Zach, the Daily genre, if you will, they are highly motivated. Money is a big thing for them. Um, what they drive, how they present themselves, all of that. So potentially knowing that And if they have ever heard of Miss Guthrie being 2 miles away from you, I think it is possible. Um, I mean, again, this is what they do in a lot of other countries. A lot of other countries. It happens in Mexico all the time. I told you I've been uh, in India, Pakistan, parts of the Middle East, and when Americans go there, we always hire guards because people will follow you. Um, and so to me, it is possible that they were looking at her like that. But I still feel like this was probably more hired, in my opinion. Probably more hired. It happens in Italy too. Yeah. And it probably happens in Jordan too. I want to know what vehicle Luke was using between wrecking his car and buying the Range Rover. Good question, Betty. Very good question. He only went a week without one. But here's my thing. They should have, in my opinion, towed Mary's car as well, potentially. But again, there seems to be a lot of cars with the people that are, Mary's friend, Jerry, and Luke, and Zach. hmm Mom always said, lay down with dogs, you'll get fleas. Yeah. Yeah, Rachel. Yeah. When my uncle got a job at a power plant in Pakistan, he was in high regarded and gated area. Almost every, like if you're in Pakistan, it's either you're wealthy or not. It's no in between. There is no middle class at all. So almost every house that's not the slums, if you will, is gated. Almost every place there's gates around every house or every community is gated. Everywhere he went, he had to have protective with him all times. Pretty dangerous. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Most people anywhere I've been throughout the world, it doesn't matter if it was India, if it was Pakistan, if it was Saudi Arabia, um, Brazil, like most people anywhere you go are very good people. They just want to live their lives. But there's always one, right? And they can smell vulnerable. They just can. And obviously when you're not in a foreign country, you're vulnerable. Um, I mean, some of the nicest people I've ever met, India, Pakistan, uh, Saudi Arabia, all kinds of places. Amazing food. But it's just usually like in that, and truly that part of the world, they do it because they are so fucking desperate for money to literally feed their kids. You don't have welfare there. You don't have the government assisting you there, right? So they don't want you. You know, people that do ransom and stuff, they don't want you. They want money, right? They want money. Tardy but present. God, my mod is late. My little red is late. Where's my little red to the office, please? You're being paged. Little red to the office, please. You're being paged. What is the Cajun Navy? It's the United Cajun Navy. They are a search group nonprofit. Was never able to learn Spanish. Never had a problem at all. It was, yeah, it depends. I mean, you know, if you go to Paris now, like you couldn't, if I was a woman in Paris, there's no way I would carry a purse. Like if you go to Paris now, you need to have your wallet pretty much inside of you, in your underwear or something, in your credit card in your shoe or something, like, because it will be snatched. It's crazy. Okay, let's get on with it, guys. So, you know, lots of questions here, lots of questions, and seemingly not enough answers. But, you know, I I do need to get in touch with uh, that creator, and you know, he could ask, oh God, some more questions, because oops, what happened? Because there is, or you know, he's always welcome up here as well. Zach is, if he's watching, which I'm sure he is. Okay. Where are we going next with this? Okay, let's go to I want to go to Brian, because I have something I got to say on this. Brian did an interview with the former FBI. We're going to get to part of the, we're not going to watch all of this, but I want to just play a part of this, and then we're going to watch some of the neighbors as well. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, share the live out, all that jazz stuff. I got some money on Zach. Do you think the pandemic made crime worse? Absolutely. 1000%. 1000%. Okay.
Show. There's also questions like, were they getting access to public records more quickly than regular people could have? They were just sending body camera videos back and forth, that kind of thing. What's your, I guess, your general opinion of shows like this?
It's a mixed bag, Brian.
Hold on. That wasn't the timestamp, but I want to show you something else I forgot to show y'all about our dear Sheriff Doofy Doof. Oh my God, guys. This guy, man. He is something else. Okay. Take this down real quick, because I want to show you this. Okay. Decorated policeman quits. Chris Nano is a highly decorated, maybe his shorts are decorated. Maybe that's it, but I don't know about highly decorated anything else. Got his little short shorts on. Maybe that, but nothing else. Okay. Chris Danos, a highly decorated El Paso police officer, has resigned from the police force after a Tuesday afternoon disciplinary hearing with superiors and police administrators. Lieutenant Eddie Egan, police information officer, said Nanos submitted his resignation Tuesday by police administrators would not comment on the case because it is a personal matter. Nanos, 26, not anymore, who has been a police officer for 6 years, could not be reached for comment Tuesday. His telephone was disconnected temporarily Wednesday. Pete Nanos, I guess that's daddy, said he was not surprised with his son's problems as a police officer. His daddy spoke out, guys. His daddy spoke out. Born in Sri Lanka, no longer a third world country. We call it developing country now, Maurice. Developing. I can assure you, very nice. You're amazing. Most people are very good. But listen to what his daddy Nanos says. And I don't mean this daddy, his daddy. Pete Nanos said he's not surprised with his son's problems as a police officer. Quote, he's very outspoken, he said. He argued a lot about individuals' rights because he wanted to be a lawyer. He wanted to be a lawyer. But wait, there's more. There's more. I just gotta find it. Okay. And he wanted to be a lawyer, but remember he said when the reporter said, "Are you kind of scared that you guys cleared the scene too long, too early, and the FBI had to go back in, but people had already went in the house and nobody was staying there overnight or anything?" And he's like, "Oh, we'll let the courts deal with all that." I'm like, you mother. Like, you're supposed to absolutely be there to not make it more difficult on prosecutors. Because listen, let's be honest. If the police doesn't do their job, many times prosecutors will not take the case. They won't take the case because they don't have enough. You screwed it up. I don't think it's a coincidence that he's being looked at under a magnifying glass. Yep. Did you hear that they shared body cam footage with the show? Yep. Yep. Sure did. Craziness. All right. Here we go. EP officer suspended. A police officer who was relieved of duty when a robbery suspect he arrested wound up in the hospital was given a 15-day suspension Wednesday in connection with the incident. Paroleman Chris Nanos, 26, a 6-year police veteran, was relieved of his duty without pay several hours after the March 22nd incident that sent Carlos Uris, 34, to Thomason General Hospital with head injuries. Nanos suspended in retroactive to that day, and he will return to work this weekend or Monday, Deputy Chief Al Castro said. The penalty was handed down by a five-man administration review board chaired by Chief of Police Bill Rodriguez. Castro said the penalty indicated that the board found wrongdoing by Nanos, but he would not detail the allegations because Nanos has 30 days to appeal the decision. Suspension generally ranged from 1 to 90 days. Castro said Nanos had faced the possibility of dismissal. URAS does not want the press to press criminal charges, Castro said. URAS and the two others was suspected in the armed robbery. URAS and the other two was suspected in the armed robbery of the Circle K convenience store at 4804 Depanion, when they were stopped by police several blocks from the store. URAS is now in the county jail on a $5,000 bond, facing charges of aggravated robbery charges. I have another one. I'm looking for another one right now, but there was one. I'm just trying to find it where it was something really bad. I'll have to find it again, but his dad commented on that one. That just cannot believe that. Crazy. No, Nanos wasn't accused of robbery. The guy that ended up in the hospital was accused of robbery. That's what that means. He had to do well, you know what it was? I've got another one where a firearm went off. I think a firearm went off or something, allegedly. I think that's what it was. Eating Cajun boiled peanuts. Yeah. No, I don't like boiled peanuts. I think it's a Southern thing, though. You see him in a lot of Southern gas stations. She was not that cute. I don't know, but Tucson Sheriff's Department is not very impressive. Yes, it was. Yes, it went off in the room where they hold stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there was something like that, too. It's like, he's like, I'd rather have Barney Fife any day. If you know, you know. Okay, here we go. Here's the timestamp.
Type things. And I think the reason, by the way, that the involvement in the show bothers some people is the reason that it kind of sticks in the back of my mind, that there's all these feelings that the sheriff is out there for his own aggrandizement and for building up his department. And this kind of plays into that narrative, whether it's true or not. It plays into that narrative.
Yeah, and again, when you see all the hundreds of emails and the time that it's taking the personnel in the sheriff's office to respond to these producers, you do just wonder.
Hold on.
There's.
I went too far. 1 second.
Legal proceedings of the people who were arrested or detained or part of any kind of situation. I can't imagine a lawyer saying, "Hey, this is a good idea for the department." So yeah, it's a mixed bag, and I can tell you that the agents I spoke with during my career said that they wouldn't want to have anything to do with anything like that, because if something goes bad, God forbid something goes bad, you've done it on public record right then and there. Certainly now that there are body cams, that same thing still applies. But it's kind of like
I showed that.
driving
I showed
your car with a
history.
camera on you the whole time. It's great if not until something happens that you screwed up, and then you've really cause yourself some trouble.
And just back to the head of homicide and cold case being moved out, I can't help but wonder if the
AMG?
people with more experience were still in those roles, if we would be in a different place now with the Nancy Guthrie investigation.
Okay, guys, we're going to do a
We'd
poll.
be in a different place.
Well, we're going to do a poll. Do you think Nancy's case would be farther along if a different sheriff? Yes, no, unsure. All right, so what you're going to do, you're going to put 1 for yes in chat, 2 for no in chat, 3 for unsure. It will automatically put it right on that poll by you pressing 1 in chat, 2 in chat, or 3 in chat. Damn. I've never seen a sheriff like this. Like, it seems like he's like America's most unliked sheriff. He might get that vote. 97% as of now says yes. 0% says no. 3% says unsure. It did, Lorette. It just takes a second to count it. It takes a minute to calculate it. Wow. That's not surprising.
I can't say for sure that it would have been solved. I'll bet we would have been way farther down the road and possibly solved. It's one of those what if type things. And I think the reason, by the way, that the involvement in the show bothers some people is the reason that it kind of sticks in the back of my mind, that there's all these feelings that the sheriff is out there for his own aggrandizement.
I mean, this is the thing, but Mike, this is the thing. I get what you're saying. I go with unsure because FBI doesn't produce enough photos for people to view. But here's the thing, the FBI. So if people thinks like the FBI can just come in, and they can't. They will never overstep the lead. That's just the way it works in law enforcement. So they will assist. The only way they will take the lead is if the sheriff says, okay, I'm getting out of the way and I'm going to let you guys take the lead of this. Right? Otherwise, it's still Sheriff Nanos. It's his baby. This case is his baby. And FBI will not do anything that is not asked of them.
And for building up his department. And this kind of plays into that narrative, whether it's true or not, it plays into that narrative.
Yeah, and again, when you see all the hundreds of emails and the time that it's taking the personnel in the sheriff's office to respond to these producers, you do just wonder, there's crime in Pima County. There's a lot of crime. Makes you wonder, like, shouldn't they be maybe focusing on that instead of like a reality show?
Yeah. I think there's positives and negatives to the show. To shows like that, and I think overall they've been a net positive. But in certain situations, they've been a significant negative in specific situations.
Are you surprised that they were so interested in this?
And I hear you too, Lorette. I went with 3 because we don't know whether they really had enough evidence to actually have a suspect or to find Nancy. But this is the thing that this is, I mean, and you're right. You're right. But here's my thing. They probably would have had more if they would have let the FBI get in there in the beginning. And if they would have worked with the FBI, because the first 48 to 72 hours is the most important, right? And just like the hair, guess who found the hair? Wasn't Pima County. It was FBI, right? But they may have not found anything else. You're absolutely right. May have not found anything else. But they also may have. We just don't know.
This reality show based on what we
But one thing I do say is it shouldn't take Sheriff Nanos 3 weeks to really let the FBI really into the orbit of the case, in my opinion.
saw from the sheriff. I mean, he did a lot of interviews initially. There were the press conferences. He seemed to be a fan of being on TV.
Yeah, it's very troubling when you see something like that, which indicates that the people at
Really
the top
doesn't.
may be very much interested in media. And keep in mind, this is an elected official here, so any publicity like that would be just immensely helpful. It's also kind of unsettling that he would be involved in that. And you get some people in law enforcement, and I suppose any other kind of situation where the media is paying attention to you, you get to like that. And when that happens, sometimes the primary responsibilities you have take a secondary role to getting your face on camera or getting positive reviews, something like that.
That's all Nanos wanted. I mean, guys, whenever he did the press conference, he did the one press conference, and he said, we're not going to have any press conferences until something comes out. The next day, he did a press conference, and I said, guys, something's really had to happen. Something's really had to happen for him to do a press conference like this. He said nothing new. Zilch. Nothing new. It's like he just wanted to get in front of the camera. And we were all like, why did he do that? Like, why did he do that? I heard he started driving that car in March. Is that true? I don't know. It really was. It really was. How about the press conference when he seemed to choke up? And I have sympathy that his brother passed away and all that, but it just really wasn't the time for him to be doing a high profile case like this, in my opinion. That was your first live? Yep. Miss Eureka. Yep. I was like, this is going to be something, because he said he wasn't coming back until, and everyone was like he was just talking and talking and talking, and we were all like, maybe he's nervous. Maybe he's nervous. I agree, Ratui. He's a Barney Fife. He needs to retire. Yeah. Too emotional losing his brother. I agree.
It's disturbing when you see that. Again, these are just my impressions. But it's kind of leaving a bad taste. Well, more than kind of leaving a bad taste in my mouth. I think that there was somebody much more interested in doing things his way than the right way, and getting his face on camera instead of getting other people's face on mugshots.
And you and I spoke last time about I had reported that a hair has now been sent to the FBI lab, a hair that was already at the Florida lab that the Pima County Sheriff's Office uses, has now been sent for additional testing, more comprehensive testing with the FBI. And since I spoke to you, the FBI actually put out a statement about it, which I thought was kind of interesting, trying to read between the lines of what they said. They said, we're still receiving your inquiries on this. This is not new evidence or information, which I knew. This isn't like a new hair they found. It's a
Yes,
hair that was
Ashley, it
found
is.
initially and is just now being sent to the FBI. It says, FBI asked to test this DNA 2 months ago
Listen to this.
with the same technology we've always had, when the local sheriff instead sent it to a private lab. Any further developments we will share as soon as appropriate. But
Do you hear that? Huh. That's a strong statement coming from the FBI, because the FBI is very diplomatic. They are very, very diplomatic. They are very, I cannot stress to you how professional the FBI is. They are so professional. Like, you might have a city or a county or a maybe even state trooper, be unprofessional off the cuff with you, get mouthy and stuff with you or whatever. But that is not the FBI. They are so diplomatic. Listen to this.
actually put out a statement about it, which I thought was kind of interesting, trying to read between the lines of what they said. They said, we're still receiving your inquiries on this. This is not new evidence or information, which I knew. This isn't like a new hair they found. It's a hair that was found initially and it's just now being sent to the FBI. It says, FBI asked to test this DNA 2 months ago with the same technology we've always had, when the local sheriff instead sent it to a private lab. Any further developments we will share as soon as appropriate. But the part where they said FBI asked to test this DNA 2 months ago, to me just showed maybe a little animosity that's still there between the FBI and the sheriff.
Yeah, that statement was a little bit more than
They called Nanos out right there. They called Nanos out. Frustration. Right? Very much frustration. Guys, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, please hit that thumbs up button.
a little animosity for the sheriff, for the FBI to release a statement like that in any way, shape, or form criticize local partners is really, really not a great thing. And when they spoke, or when they released that, they didn't even use the sheriff's name. And that is really kind of intentional as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Because if, he's an elected official, he would like to see his name on these things.
Mm-hmm.
And so by not releasing his name, they're kind of indicating that they're at a distance working relationship wise.
And I think maybe trying to make the point like, hey, we wanted this months ago. We had the same technology months ago. Again, kind of back to, you wonder if they had the experienced people in charge of homicide, would things have been different? I'm kind of wondering if they had sent the hair months ago when the FBI first asked for it, if things would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help but think so. See, when the sheriff is down into the weeds into a case so far that he is making the decisions on whether we're going to cooperate with the FBI or not on this one little hair. Imagine what else he might have his fingers on. They say, well, he couldn't really damage the investigation. He's just, a manager. Well, guess what? He's making specific important decisions in the case. If I was a sheriff and my homicide people refused to send evidence to the FBI lab, we'd have a conference and find out about that. We'd want to know exactly why they felt that the FBI's lab was not good enough for them. And I think it's indicative of a feeling of animosity between the sheriff and the FBI. And it's really unheard of. And it's unheard of for the FBI to say, hey, we asked, we wanted to do it the right way, but the sheriff, for reasons we don't know, needed to send it to a lab.
Oh, we know.
3,000 miles away.
We know.
Yeah,
We know exactly, in my opinion, why. Exactly why. Because he's got the chip on his shoulder from about 9 years ago, in my opinion, when Nanos was being investigated. He talked very poorly about the FBI there, saying they wasn't doing, why haven't they, why don't you ask the FBI that? When we watched all those interviews.
Yeah, like I said, I think that there was definitely some animosity there. In the last couple of weeks, I've talked to people on both sides, smart people, law enforcement experts, people like you. Some believe
smart
that
people and people like me.
And people like you, yeah. Some people, but no, none of them have cute cats that pop up during the you're the only one.
I'm nervous again.
Yeah, which a lot of people liked, by the way. But I'm
glad.
Some people think that there was only one suspect and that it's totally possible to have done this alone. And there are others who are 100% convinced it was at least two people, maybe 3 or 4. Where do you stand on that?
I think that your statement that you just made was absolutely all-encompassing and correct. Some people very, very rightly say that it's hard to imagine a single person doing this. But at the same time, you can't put your weight down on the ice. And I don't mean to be equivocal on this, but the finest, in my opinion, the finest investigative organization in the world is having trouble with this case. So I don't want to sit here on the internet and say, I would have done this differently, or I would have done, I believe this and this and this. I think both are possible. I think it's more likely statistically that it was 2 people. But when you go back and you look at a lot of the famous kidnapping cases in history, occasionally they are, and frequently they are, sole individuals.
What do you think? I go really both ways on this, and I truly don't know. We only see this guy on both dates, the 11th and the 1st, right? We only see this guy. But again, if more people are involved, again, not saying anyone is related, guilty, or anything of this, but perhaps, like, for instance, if Daly or Carlos or Zach or potential family would be, it seems like there would be, if we're going that avenue, seems like there would be some links, right? And then we got to, talk about the motive. Well, what's the motive of this? Is it, money? Is it someone that's paid? Don't know, right? Don't know. But who's inside if the back was opened? Well, I mean, they had to get in, right? So it would, I mean, I think they got through the back, whoever it was, right? But I think they were taking her out at the front. I think that someone was inside wrangling, and the front porch guy was sent to dismantle the cameras and throw it away. I think the guy was after, because I think the doorbell part that we see is the last part of it. I think this is when they're taking Nancy out. And when they are taking Nancy out, I think this guy's thinking a lot. And he doesn't think about the doorbell until he gets in front of it. And it's kind of too late. So then he's like getting the flowers and he's going to try to cover it up to take Nancy out. But obviously he doesn't have anything to cover it up. So he's just like, fuck it, I'm going to rip it off. In my opinion. So I think, you can plan for something, but you can never 100% plan for something. It will never, ever go as you expected it to. As you planned it in your mind. Right? It will never go as you planned it in your mind. And for instance, you can plan all of this, but once you can plan on taking her out, right? Whether that be alive or deceased. But for instance, if Nancy was being carried out, you may not be prepared for that, which door to take her out of. She may have fell, which is what one of the, I think one of the profilers thinks that she fell. He had a really good hypothesis on that. But you just don't realize maybe the weight. Right? Oh, he didn't want that on camera. Yeah. Okay. Brian sits down with the neighbor again.
So, Aldine, it's been now almost 3 months
Yep.
since I met you, since all of this began. I mean, what is it like in the neighborhood?
It's pretty quiet now. Everybody's gone. I think there's a couple of YouTubers that are still out there, but it's quiet. But there's a sadness. Yeah. Like we all miss Nancy for sure.
How often do you think about it?
Pretty much every day. I mean, I think about her, and hopefully they'll come to some resolution and figure out who took her and what happened. We'd love to know that. Yeah.
Has there been any like updates? I mean, you live so close to her. Did they come around and have you like spoken to the police at all?
Not really. The FBI a couple of times, as you know,
Yeah.
but nothing. No, they don't. I see their cars, but not them on foot or anything. Yeah.
The FBI's come back just to see what. Yeah, and I don't know how much you want to say, but
So it sounds like the FBI's came back, which is a good thing, right? They've been in and out of that neighborhood countless times.
Yes, the FBI have been here. Brian, well, should I say?
yeah, I mean, we've been in touch a lot because
Yeah.
there were some letters that came to
There were
your
some-
house,
to my house,
for me.
for you.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
But it just that had to do with Nancy Guthrie, but
Yeah.
it seems like they are just people with weird ideas. I don't think
Yeah.
it's anything significant to do with the case,
No.
and I'm sorry that you.
God bless people. They are really trying to, the public, they're sending this woman letters for Brian. People are invested in this case, right? Very much invested.
Had to get letters. I don't know why that was happening.
That's
but,
okay. No. It was definitely interesting. And I did get to know an FBI agent because of those letters. And he's a super nice guy, and they're working really hard to try and solve the case. Yes.
Yeah. What are the other neighbors saying?
I think
Be careful,
everybody's
Lovey.
just sad. I think it's mostly sadness. And, you know, we all would love to know what happened and that it, you know, hopefully will never happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anything happened at the house? I mean, I just drove by. I hadn't been there in probably, I don't know, a month. There's a lot of flowers. It looks like fresh flowers out there still. I mean, are people still coming by?
I think people are still coming by, not as many, but they are definitely coming by.
I mean, this, I don't think this case is going to let up until she is found. I really don't think it's going to let up until she's found. I mean, people, I mean, we're going on 3 months and, right? 3 months? We're close to 90 days. And so it's like people are still putting fresh flowers out. You know, just to think about what Nancy went through is just unbelievable. She has a lovely dog. Yeah, she does. Wow, really? I love your name. That's so cute. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much, honey. Really appreciate it. Good to see you, Val, really. Thank you so much. Wow, really? Thank you, love. Really, really appreciate your support. Can't do it without you. Thank you, baby. Good to see you. Isn't that the lady that allowed Brian to park in her house when all of the other people were gone? She said he became friends with the neighbors. Yeah, she's the lady that went and she showed us like her bathroom area where she was looking out and she saw a strange guy, which she said was very, very rare, that she never sees anybody strange like that in the neighborhood.
She had to get her cameo.
Yeah.
But it's
To get
pretty
her
mellow,
cameo.
basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you worried about, I mean, it's just,
She has one.
you know, it's been 3
Amanda.
months. Are you worried about it
Ex-husband.
not getting solved, or do you?
Well, we think about it not getting solved, and yeah, we a little worried. Yeah, that it's a worry for all of us, for sure. Yes.
It doesn't seem like there's much, from what we know, leads at this point, but maybe someone will see some, you know, you just hope that there's that one.
I have a feeling that they know a hell of a lot more now. You know, like they said, they shipped those hairs and those everything from the Florida lab to the FBI lab. FBI has already turned those results around. They can turn those results around faster than anybody by far, which they should have done in the first place, Sheriff Nanos. But I think they probably know exactly who this is. I really do. But I think now I think they're building a case. I don't want to put a couple things. I don't want to say it because I don't want potentially a person to hear it, but I also believe that there is a reason potentially why there hasn't been an arrest yet as well.
Someone just has to talk.
Yeah.
Someone knows that man in the video.
Yeah.
By the door, so someone just has to say who it is. Yeah.
Have you thought any more? Because you know, you were one of the people who saw something strange on January 11th from your bathroom window. The person walking down the street, right? Have you thought any more about that? I mean, has the FBI asked you any more? I think they came back after we did our interview.
They did come back after we did our interview, and we talked a lot about it. But I mean, I didn't get to see their face.
The person walking.
The person walking. So I couldn't be much help other than I noticed it.
I hope Brian asked, could you describe the guy here? I hope he asked that. God, I hope he asked that. Hey, Sarah Jane, welcome. Miss Mama Barbara. If let's just say the perp might be, yeah, I don't want to say that, Barbara.
It definitely was something odd, but yeah, nothing came of it.
Do you think people are, like you and I were talking, it seems like the community is sort of in a weird place. Like they want to remember Nancy, but there's really no finality to all. You know what I mean? Like
Right, right,
it's
right,
like you don't
right.
want to say she's passed away, but at the same time, people are
Right.
kind of looking for a way to memorialize her in a way.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of people that would.
I mean, is there anyone in chat that actually thinks Nancy could be alive at all? I just don't see it. Brian should have asked the question of her nearly 2 months. I mean, I just don't see how. And and you got to remember the FBI, or not the FBI, the letters that was sent to TMZ, which again, a lot of people like TMZ, but there is one person that specifically likes TMZ Tucson. But I digress. The one letter, and I do believe one or two, is real. Time is of the essence. Next day, time is no longer of the essence. And what happens after that? Well, Savannah Guthrie comes out and says, "We hear you and we understand, but we still need our mother so we can celebrate her." Right? We still need her, and to basically like celebrate her life. Justin sounded like Chris M. Well, Chris is my friend, and he's an idol of mine. I love Chris. That was a very telling statement. Yes, very telling statement. Time is no longer of the essence. Then Savannah comes out. We hear you and we understand, but we still need to celebrate our mother. Saying that, and you can tell that Savannah and them doesn't think that she's no longer here. Me too, Plant Lady. Savannah paid some ransom, I heard on News Nation. Really, Greenhouse?
Love a memorial, but like I said, it's of course on the property, it's up to the family.
Yeah.
And I really respect the family and let them mourn the way that they need to mourn.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, but I do see that people do want something. Yes.
One thing I heard, which I hadn't heard initially, was that did she at one point rent out the casita?
Yes, I heard that. And I used to see a car parked there, which I didn't think it was her car, but I didn't know at the time that she rented it out. But yes, I have heard that. Yes.
Was it a regular thing, do you know? Or just
I definitely saw that car there for months, maybe even like a year. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if it was a regular thing for her or not.
do you know if she was ever going to sell the house?
You know, I'd heard that quite a few years ago that she thought about it, and then it didn't happen. Like it didn't go on the market or anything. I don't think so, but I'm not positive. But yes.
One thing I've heard is that like the task force investigating is going back, looking for like every connection that people had to Nancy, like the smallest things, contractors, people who were in the house, you know, going back even maybe a decade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just
wow.
Because statistically, you know, it's normally someone who you know in some way. It might not be someone you know, but someone who knows you. You know, even that's something very, very small.
Sure.
But you just think about how long that would take. And I mean, you know, the neighborhood, there's a lot of people that come in and out and contractors.
Do you guys think it could be someone that she maybe rented the house out to? Maybe they, you know, it's the way I picture Nancy's being like a landlord is she rents it out to someone and she becomes friends with them. They come out, you know, they come outside, they sit on the back deck together of the evening, share some drinks together, talk about life. and then maybe a falling out. You really never know. I think that's a possibility. That's not my number one possibility, but I think it's a possibility nonetheless. Sort of like grandma, yeah. But I think it's a possibility, but not a probability, in my opinion.
When you have a house.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Mods, how many thumbs ups do we got? Guys, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, double tapping that screen. I just saw a video released on YouTube. Guy was buried alive for 8 days. I think there's less than a 0 chance she's out there. A video released on YouTube. Guy was buried alive for 8 days. In today's world, it had to be out of the country. It had to be out of the country. Couldn't be in the United States. Because trust me, I've worked at funeral homes. We know you're dead. We know you're dead. If you're at the funeral home and you raise up, I am running. Oh, Ewu. I love Ewu. We're at 814 likes, guys. We're almost at 1,000. Hit that thumbs up, double tap that screen, become a member. Would love to have you of the
I think
Pearl
that's
family.
great. They probably should go back,
Yeah.
years at least to find out if somebody had an issue or
Mr.
who
Beast.
knows.
Oh,
Are you nervous people will just move on?
I'm not nervous that people move on. I mean, I think it's such a sad thing. I don't think anybody will ever forget. This case went, people in Europe were, they all knew about it. So I don't think it's ever going to go away. I think people will always remember it and think about it. Don't you think?
I think so. Yeah. It's just weird. I guess coming back here, it's so much calmer now, which is a good thing. I mean, I know a lot of the neighbors, but you just hope that it doesn't get sort of just forgot. I mean, I guess that's why I keep covering it so much.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like milk it. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like and I'm working on other stories too, but at the same time, you don't want people to just forget about it, especially because they need the tips.
Yeah, they need the tips. And she was an 84-year-old woman. Like, it's just so tragic.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, taken out of her bed. I mean, those are Savannah's words.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just so sad.
And you were telling me earlier, just remind us again, like what her personality
as they
was
get,
like
Sammy.
when you knew her.
Oh, she was very vivacious, very kind, very open, very nice. She was just a lovely person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you even said when we were just chatting at your kitchen, you're like, she was the kind of person who would have done that, like who would have welcomed someone in and chatted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And and like I said, she probably loves the different connections that have been made. I've met lots of really nice people.
Yeah.
Because of her, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
You got to give it to Nancy. She was 84, but she kept a good social life for an 84-year-old, right? Like she was always playing the games and going to events and all that. Even if her body wasn't well, community is such a big thing for all of us at any age. People who have a stronger community live longer. That is a fact. People who have a strong sense of community live longer. People who are lonely, that don't get around people and stuff, they tend to not live as long. Webbs, Justin, did you get my email about the body being found in Gary, Indiana? Possibly. I didn't. When did you send that? Yeah. And I think it's really important, being that age and living alone, you need that, right? Because, after your kids are grown up and then your husband dies, it's she didn't have a lot, She worked at a college. I wish I could could just bring her home. I know. Yeah.
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 Anything else, Aldine?
Nothing that I can think of.
Yeah.
You cover it well.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, I
welcome.
just, you know, I feel for you guys who live so close. It must be it's
Yeah, it's
kind of
sad.
unsettling, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's very, very sad.
Have there been more police around?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we've definitely noticed police presence. Yeah, which is a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still scary because it's still an unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You know, that's good that the police are still around, right? Because it shows that they're still working really hard on this. Really, really hard on this. I was wondering what Nancy did for work also. Does anyone know? Yeah, she worked I read her obituary. She worked for like a college or a university. Shit, I didn't read her obituary. I read her husband's obituary. Sorry, scratch that. Not her obituary. Her husband's obituary. And also, did she volunteer anywhere? I don't know about that. University of Arizona. Thank you. That's right. That's right. It was something to do with. I don't want to say. I don't remember. Let me.
So it's been a while, but I was here several months ago in Tucson, and I spoke with Cajun Navy. They were on the ground. There was a couple
Listen to
folks
this,
here. They had
guys.
submitted a plan to the sheriff. They were waiting, kind of just like, you know, in town, waiting to see what was going to happen. Maybe going to call in more people. And then at that point, there was no response. What has sort of developed since then? Because I know you're wanting to submit a different plan now, right?
Yeah, so recently there was somebody who has been following the case and decided to put a petition on change.org to encourage the sheriff's office to accept outside help, like from the United Cajun Navy. And so they reached out to us to see, if that was okay, and we're like, yeah, sure, if it works, great. If not, then we're kind of where we are now, and so I think that the media picked up on that a little bit, and it kind of reignited some interest in this story. And so I came on air with News Nation last week and just talked about how, kind of what went on back then, how we came to submit the plan. We never really got a green light from them, so we stood everybody down, and we've just been kind of hoping and praying for some kind of news to come out of this case since.
Was there ever any communication between you guys and the sheriff's office?
A little bit.
Nancy Guthrie worked for the University Public Relations professional and community advocate who worked for the University of Arizona from 1990 to 2007, serving as a spokesperson for the University Medical Center and as an associate to the vice president of university advancement. She was also deeply involved in local community, church, and health advocacy. Let's see here. She played a key role in saving the University of Arizona's Poison Information Center. Background, formerly worked at the Daily Territorial newspaper and was active in the local church and community, described by friends. And one thing I want to note, Nancy, she wrote some articles, different types of articles in the newspapers throughout the years. You know how you can write an article and have it published in the newspaper. Things like safety for your pet when it gets hot outside. So that tells me big time that Nancy was very critical into safety, right? There are people that's safe, and then there's people that write articles about safety, that takes the initiative to write articles in a newspaper, and that is going above and beyond. So that tells me that Nancy was critical with safety, not only cared about her own safety, but cared about your safety as well, right? And I think that's a really big thing. Thank you, Cammy. Thank you so much, my friend. So known and liked, but she also was vocal. Yes. Remember that. Justin, did you do the story on this Skelton brothers? Yes, I have. I did hear about that, yes. She was very community politically minded, yeah. No, it is, I don't know if she was a bookkeeper, but she absolutely did work at the university. From 1990 to 2007, university medical assistant. Let me see here. And she started that, I believe, after her husband died, by the way. After her husband died. Because Mr. Guthrie has been dead a long time. Hey, second to no one. Good to see you. Good to see you. What's up? Thank you, Paige. I have watched all the videos. Did Justin talk about where Nancy worked? Yes, I just did. Just did, baby. That front two doors had a total of 4 locks and cameras. Odd all that to leave the back doors open. There, you will never convince me. Nobody will ever convince me that Nancy left her back doors locked, or unlocked rather, or open specifically. Never. No way. No way. No ma'am, no ham, and no turkey.
Over email between us and their PIO, basically just saying, thank you, we appreciate your help and concern, but we're just not accepting outside help at this time. That was the initial communication. The second, that was when we just reached out and said, hey, we're here, we can help. We then kind of finished our assessment, put together the formal plan, submitted it. And I don't think we got a direct response from them, but I do know they put out a statement, like,
I think
generally saying that they were not accepting outside help from volunteers. And I'm assuming that included us as well. So we just took that as a no.
Yeah, I remember when they put that statement out after sort of the news was made that you guys were trying to put.
Well, that's the question, right, Deb? They got a key question mark. That's the question, right? How did this person mess with these cameras that is inside Nancy's house? How did they mess with the cameras at the neighbor's house? Why is the FBI asking about a blackout? All of that. Lots of questions there. I believe, again, they had to have been in the inside, or someone they know had to have been on the inside. You know what I mean? Amanda, thank you so very, very much, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you, love. Did anyone look into Savannah's ex? Mine threatened my mom when I wouldn't go back. You're doing a great job, Justin. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you for your kindness. I appreciate that very much, my dear. So Savannah has, like, as far as exes goes, she really only has allegedly one ex. And from what I understand, Nancy was close with this guy at some point. And it doesn't seem like, in my opinion, that it's highly likely, in my opinion. He's very successful, which doesn't mean anything, but it kind of does at the same time. He's got a lot going for him, um, all that. So, and he lives on the other side of the country as well. So, I, there's people that talk about, um, even Savannah's brother. And again, he lives on the other side of the country. I don't think for a second, personally, that Savannah knows anything. I personally don't think that Cameron knows anything, or Savannah's exes or anything like that, in my opinion. I don't think there's a connection. For me right now, I'm very interested, um, in kind of the way we're going, with, again, I'm not saying anybody's involved, but the connection, uh, that the seemingly connection of dailies and, uh, what's his name? Zachy Poo, and them, the Jerry guy, the connections, it's really weird to me. Again, I'll show you some photos here in just a second, you know.
Something together. If they said yes, like what would you guys want to do?
If they had said yes, I would have mobilized a few different teams. I've got some drone specialists.
Why nanos? Okay. Again, yeah, they looked for Nancy, but there was not these big ass searches that we normally see. And the question is why? Because you can either do an investigation, uh, and you can search at the same time, right? Nancy is evidence wherever Nancy is. And let's be real, we are biological creatures. And unfortunately, when we die, we perish. And whenever time elapses and you are evidence at that point, things get destroyed. Why not have these guys come in at no cost to you, Sheriff Nanos? Right? I mean, these guys are willing to go out in the fucking desert and it's like 110 degrees. What's the worst they can do? Clear areas where we know. And this is the thing. Every time there's a search, you win. Every single time. Even if you don't find them, you know where they're not. You know where they're not. Every single time. And if you find them, then it brings a lot, right? Uh, Potentially finding evidence on her, but with animal activity, with scorching temperatures, all of that, DNA is lost. Biology is lost. And then it makes it much more difficult to find them. So why? I don't either, Ash. In my opinion, I would only have entered my mother's home is via the front door or the garage. If she didn't respond, not the back door, last resort, I'd go to the back. Yeah, I think you're probably going to go in the same way you always go. Um, again, I think they would have probably went through the garage door or the front door as well. I can't imagine them just going straight to the back door. It just doesn't make sense to me. Um, I don't know.
Also got some canine dog specialists. Got some. We have the ability to mobilize manned aircraft if we felt like we needed it in that situation. We have a partnership with a group out of Mexico called the Topos Aztecas, and we've worked with them on a few cases in Texas and Louisiana. And they're very, very good at search and rescue, but they also are very familiar with the areas along the Mexico-United States border. And they're kind of national heroes in that country. So like people like the cartels and bad actors tend not to mess with them. So they can kind of operate in those areas that might be shady for some people, but they're more than willing to go in and work those areas.
And I guess one thing I've been confused by is
Absolutely, the desert is very, very vast. Kelly K, you're absolutely right. But this is the thing. This is what these people specialize in. They have the people, right? And they have the equipment that law enforcement doesn't even have, right? Just in some of those security doors, they have deadbolt locks. Her front ones did for sure. Yeah. Goes up to 115 degrees easily. Oh, I've been to Death Valley. I've been to Death Valley. It is fucking hot. We need 110 more likes, guys, to hit that thumbs up, double tap that screen. Appreciate you all
it's not like
being
you
here
guys want to
today.
go anywhere near the crime scene or near where
Yeah.
Nancy's house. I mean, there's vast desert here. There's other missing people. It just seems to me like
You would
you may
think.
even find something else that could be relevant in another case. I mean, because there's a lot of areas that just nobody's searching.
Exactly. Exactly. Why not? And Brian makes an excellent point there, right? Like when they were looking for Suzanne Morphew was found not because they were searching for her. They were actually searching for someone else. And guess what? They had no idea where Suzanne Morphew was. Not a clue. Because when Suzanne Morphew was found, again, who police say the suspect is, and I agree with them, is her husband, Barry Morphew. His truck, when vehicles, their computer overwrites, it doesn't overwrite evenly, if that makes sense. So you might know where a spot is, but you might not know another spot. So you don't really know what areas to look in. You can just look in the patches. And it was not on his vehicle, the data, nowhere near where they were looking. Right? So why not? Magdalena, thank you so much, darling. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support, Miss Magdalena. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you, Miss Magdalena. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you so very much. And I think they're finally going to go to trial with Suzanne Morphew. There's another. Oh God, I've covered her case so many times in the past. What's the can't think of her name. It's right on the end of my tongue. Limes, guys. It messes with your head. I can see it. Her husband. She's not found yet. But they're going to trial too. Maya Miliete. Thank you so much. Her husband They're getting ready to go trial. There's no body. And let me tell you, Maya's sister and brother-in-law, they have looked for her. Oh my God, they have looked and looked and looked. Thank you, Sam, for that. It's very sad. Very sad. They're the best people, Sam. They are best people ever.
Searches around here.
I would say on 50% of the searches we do, Brian, all over the country, we end up finding remains of someone that we're not looking for, but that was also missing. So, like you said, yeah, you can come up with something that's helpful. We've helped close a lot of cold cases just by accidentally finding someone that while we were looking for somebody else.
Is it unusual for you to get this kind of pushback where the sheriff's office is just kind of ignoring you guys?
It's, I don't know if I'd say it's unusual. More often than not, we find that these types of agencies want the help, especially in a high-profile situation like this. Every now and then, we'll get a no. In this case, I think that when we get a no, there's a lot more communication that goes into it before we get to the no. And in some cases,
like, he's not even contacted them back. Sheriff Nanos, what a jerk.
Like they just don't have the bandwidth to coordinate with an outside
she had a car
organization like ours.
Lord.
And that's in a lot of small towns, rural counties. City like Tucson's not huge, but I think they would have the capabilities to at least give us one point of contact to work with, but they chose not to, and that's their prerogative, of course.
Do you think
there is yes, Sandwich, you're absolutely right. Maya was reminding me of the one woman who married JP from South Carolina. They wanted their own autonomy and freedom. I think there's a lot of her name was Maya too, or Micah rather, Micah Miller. You notice a lot of similarities between these guys and their wives go missing, right? They are very self-centered. They are very controlling. Almost like a God complex. They are physically controlling, manipulating, and I think you see it in like a lot of the kids missing as well. The male figure of the home will be extraordinarily controlling, manipulating, feels like they can do no wrong kind of thing. I mean, when it comes to Maya Miliete, her husband sent like a witch doctor money over and over that think about this. He sent in like a spell that like her legs would be broken and that she would be incapacitated so that she would need him. Think about that. Look at Daniel Martell, right, in Jack and Lily's case. He is being charged with forcible confinement of a woman right now, right? Basically holding them hostage, if you will, locking her in or them indoors. right? And generally, they're serial cheaters as well. They want them. They're very possessive. They want them, but they can't stand the fact that anybody else could be with them, but then they will be serial cheaters as well. Gaslighting, projection, isolation, financial. It goes on and on. Yep. You see it every time. Oh, it is an ego thing. It absolutely is an ego thing. It's you will respect me and you will do as I say.
It's still just, I mean, it's been almost 3 months, but do you think they'll come back?
I mean, I don't understand, truly. So, I would not want to be with anybody that didn't want me. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine like locking someone in a fucking house or doing a spell that their legs were broke? Right? And the things Micah Miller dealt with. Like, and that's the thing. They want that. Right? Like, I wouldn't want someone being like, you are a son of a bitch, and them thinking like, I can't stand you, but you've got me forcibly here. You know what I mean? Like, who would want that? Like, that is truly mental. Justin, hit that FBI and bring out 74 likes. Which FBI one? The FBI open up? Will that bring me 74 likes? Will that do it? Where is that one at? I don't even know where that one's at. Oh, maybe it's here.
FBI, open up! FBI, open up!
I used to have a video one. I don't know if I got that one I don't think I've got that one anymore. I've got RCMP open up.
RCMP, open up.
I had to make that one with a voice changer because there wasn't an RCMP. So I had to do a voice changer. RCMP, open up. 65 likes to reach our goal. I know a few men that their mommies still stick up for them, coddle them. Yeah. It's bad. Really bad. My favorite is the bullshit little boy. Yeah. I just jumped out of my bed. Oh, sorry. Sorry, girl.
To you as more time passes?
I got to show y'all something.
It's possible, we've said, publicly that the offer still stands. We'd have to take some time to revise it and revisit with some of our partners, see who's available, to put it back on alert. But we'd be willing to, obviously, and it would be absolutely no hard feelings, just kind of pick up where we left off and see how we could help. That's how we operate. We're working in several states right now on several other cases, so it would not be something new for us.
Yeah, I respect you guys too, because you don't want to just come out here and just start searching on your own without sort of some direction, right?
Yeah, and because you have to make sure that you're not trespassing. You have to make sure that you're not going anywhere near any sensitive areas that you could potentially contaminate, like a crime scene or some kind of.
You teach 5th grade, Miss Eureka. Oh my God, bless you, girl. Bless you. Teachers are just, they don't get paid enough. They don't. We need to treat our teachers better. the patients and stuff that they go through. Again, this is where I'm at, guys. This is where I'm at. $54 likes. Green Eyes is working it, honey. Listen, y'all need to give it up for Green Eyes. She is working the streets right now to get those likes. She's sweating over here, okay? Y'all hit that like. Like, it's a hard knock life for us. Thank you for the gifted jewel, Wendy. Thank you so much. A jewel for a jewel. It all started with the mustache. Thanks. I don't know. I know it. I am. Oh, bless you, my dear. Bless you. No. None of these are Tommaso. None of these are Tommaso. These, and let me see here. Eyes are eerily similar, aren't they? In my opinion. Give me a second. Oh, look at this one. This one really creeps me out, to be honest with you. As they say, to be honest with you. Look at the eyes. They don't change. Neither does the mouth and the goatee. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? Can you imagine, guys, for a second? Like, that would be the scariest thing, particularly for a woman. An 84-year-old woman, a guy coming in your home. You wake up at night and this guy with a fucking ski mask with a GUN is there. It's like what nightmares are made of. Good night, Miss Shirley. I taught preschool special ed teacher before. I had a nervous breakdown. I went, oh, bless you, Susan. Yeah. Very scary. 30 likes. Get out every tablet you own. Such a scary thought, similar to the Tepes in Ohio. Oh my God. The Tepes, they had 2 children in the next room. Talk about horrible. I mean, each case has its own individual particular circumstances, right? I know, Deb. I did a assistant preschool for almost, lost all my, yeah. I know, Brandy, and this is the thing. She apparently, it seems like in this case at least, listen, you're still my girl, Green Eyes, okay? You're still my girl. You still work in the streets, honey, if you're around me. Okay. Thank you, Greenaz. I'm watching you on my TV and on my phone because I'm like, um, so this, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? I put 2 likes on each. Thank you so much. What was I talking about? I have hearing issues and I get paranoid and thought of not being able to hear. Yeah. I can't ignore the Mexican carry. Yeah, and the way that he holds this pew pew. Is very weird. They call it Mexican carry. Mexican carry. Mm. I don't know. It's very interesting. If you ask me. I've looked at these a million times. Frame by freaking frame. Those lips. It's crazy. The FBI has to know who this is. They have to know. I don't think that people is talking about this guy. I don't think for a second it's him. They're also talking about the guy with what is it? The crazy guy with the tattoos and stuff. Yeah. I agree. You just can't unsee it. Yeah. That's looking real close. There is that, the knuckle guy. Yeah. He's got big hands. Does the porch guy have double eyelashes? He's got very thick eyelashes. I think it's Richard. A lot of people were talking about Richard. I'm telling you, it's not Richard. I'm telling you. He's just I don't think he's a real nice guy or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but I've dug into them all. We hit 1,000 thumbs up. He has a bump on his knuckle. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. We hit 1,000 thumbs up. I was talking about the Tepe children. It just what the Tepe kids have went through. They lost their mom and their dad in the same night while they were in the next room. I know you are, Green Eyes. Oh my God, Glimmer, you were right. The letter, did he that? Yeah. Well, I don't think he said he's out of the country. Let me look at that. Hold on. 1 second. Let me see if I can find anything on that real quick, Nancy. Great. And I did speak about that. This might be it. And he said he's out of the country.
This morning, the FBI is investigating some new ransom notes in the Nancy Guthrie case where the sender claims Nancy is dead and that they know where to find her body. TMZ said the only detail it has verified so far is that the note came from the same sender as one of the original ransom demands. The National News Desk's Angela Brown joins us right now with more on this. Angela, what are investigators saying about these new notes?
Not much at this point, basically saying that they're aware that they came in. And like you said, TMZ is saying they received 2 more ransom notes related to the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. Now, TMZ says, this is on their website, that they received the first new note Monday morning, and it's from the person who has been offering to expose the kidnappers. They say this person at one point, remember, demanded that 1 billion Bitcoin. And then shortly after that, the person sent a second letter saying, I saw her alive with them in the state of Sonora, Mexico. However, the sender is not suggesting Nancy is still alive today. Now, this case has stalled for a number of reasons. There have been no arrests. Nancy gone for around 2 months now, and many are wondering what it will take to break this case. Now, just last week, I had a chance to speak with Jody Weiss, former FBI special agent in charge, about what's happening behind the scenes in this investigation.
The DNA analysis, the video analysis, and they're going to be going through and just trying to look at anything they may have missed, maybe go out and re-interview people. But yeah, it's very frustrating. And I know Savannah, she's got to be just dying because of this, that she doesn't know what happened to her.
Look at this, guys. Oh, shit. Which we've talked about it, but when you see it, it's just so different, I'm telling you. Watch. Oh my Lord. Okay. Listen. Why is it not playing?
Everybody in our audience right now, that if anybody goes to Disney World with their family for spring break, or goes to...
That would not be it. Hold on. This one might be it. Okay. Oops.
Deal.
What is going on with the sound here?
Offering is to get, he wants the full 100,000. He said, forget about 1 Bitcoin. I want that $100,000 reward that you're offering, and here's how we can do it in a way that we can have some trust. He's asking for $50,000 now in Bitcoin deposited into his Bitcoin account, and he will leave it there, he says, until an arrest is made. Once an arrest is made from the information that he gives them, so the order of operations here, you put in 50,000, I'll give you the information. Once you make an arrest with that information, then you put in the other 50,000, and only at that point would he take the money out. And that is the way he thinks that this should all play out. He says, look, I know I said the last time would be the last time you hear from me. This is it. He says, in fact, it says 3 strikes and you're out. So
3 strikes and you're out?
Yes.
This is his third email.
Yes, and this is his third email. He's basically saying to the police, I've contacted you now 3 times through by emailing us, and this will be the last time. If you don't give me the money this time, then you're never going to, what he's insinuating is you'll never hear from me, and therefore I'm never going to give you the information you need to solve this case.
And apparently he also refers to the current state of Nancy Guthrie. What does he say?
He does, and again, we have shared this this email, the full contents of it, and I'm not quoting directly here, but we've shared it with the FBI. There are things that we're not at liberty to say right now, but except to say that he does make a reference to her current status.
That she's
I really
alive?
can't say anything more than that. I can't say what they've described here. Just
in my opinion, they say that she is deceased. Because, well, we've now heard that they said that time is no longer of the essence, and then that's when, again, Nancy Guthrie comes out the next day and says, we understand you, but we still need our mother to celebrate her life.
Out of respect for the FBI and the ongoing investigation.
And the reason this person isn't calling the FBI tip line to collect the $100,000 is what?
He says it's about his, there are 3 things: his safety, his name, and possibly his freedom. He basically says, I'm not going to get up out there publicly in order to get your $100,000 reward. This is the way it has to be done because I have to protect my anonymity. He's clearly worried about retribution from the kidnapper, right? If he gives up the information. But he also, this part where he says, possibly my freedom. I think that's a reference to, look, if I go and talk to the police, the FBI.
Again, I think the person writing this ransom letter is the person. They're just, they did the confusion about the ransom letter to distract. And then they wrote this to distract, saying that they know the person that did it.
They're going to ask me a bunch of questions. They may think that I am somehow involved in the kidnapping, and therefore I'm going to be arrested. We remember in the second note, he said that he didn't want to end up like Carlos, who Brian was just referring to, the delivery guy who was detained the other night and then released. So he doesn't want to end up like that. And then the other thing, Elizabeth, that is really interesting is that he says, I will give you the name of the main individual, meaning that
the main individual, main individual, meaning more than one.
There's more than one.
Right, that there are accomplices here. He doesn't make any note about how many accomplices, but the fact that he said the main individual certainly hints at several people being involved here.
I have to ask, Charles, first of all, this came in the same way the first two came in, and the same way the ransom note came in, which is through your anonymous tip line, yes?
Right, yes.
And do you have the capacity, can you communicate back to people who reach out via this tip line?
We can if they include in their email an actual email, and an actual phone number.
But
and
this person
several
has
times
not.
people do. This person has used a different name every time, slightly different change in the name, and always a different made up email. So there's no way to contact them. There's no phone number either. So they clearly don't want us to contact them. They don't want the police to contact them. And that is, the standoff that we're all in right now.
So all four notes that you have received on your tip line, the first ransom note and the three tip notes that basically say, I'll give you information if you give me money, are all from different emails, are all with different names assigned to them.
Yes, different. And the way we know that all of these, the ones saying that they have information, it's the same person is because it has the same Bitcoin address in it, in all three of them. Now the deal that he's...
you also know what I just thought of something. You know also what we'll call him Zachary. You know what he is said to do, right? When he worked for said car dealership, he was allegedly the accountant or the bookkeeper, which would be, he would know all the financial apps and all that. I'm just saying. Look at this. Shortly after we talked, the first note on TMZ Live, the person sent a second letter saying, I saw her alive with them in the state of Sonora, Mexico. Sonora is a large Mexican state bordering Arizona and parts of New Mexico. Nancy was abducted from her home in Tucson, Arizona, about 70 miles from the border on February 1st. However, the sender is not suggesting Nancy is still alive. In the first note, they say, quote, she is dead. We sent the first note to the FBI, but it seemed that the feds aren't convinced it's legit. at least based on the fact there's been no deposit in related to Bitcoin address. I think they do now, in my opinion. The same account they created back in February. The person who sent the notes clearly senses the FBI's disbelief. Has the same sense because the first letter says, quote, "It's unbelievable that millions have been wasted, and yet here I am willing to deliver them on a silver platter since the February 11th for a Bitcoin, but I am disregarded as a scam." That's very interesting, that speech. I can't see why, but I just thought of something. They are free and the case is frozen, but the egos remain hot when it comes to me. Arrogance at its finest, end quote. Hold on, where was it? Where was it? Where was that where they said out of the country? Does anyone remember where it was out of the country? They were out of the country. Okay. According to TMZ, new ransom notes in April 2026 claims 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was last seen in Serona, Mexico. The kidnappers, these notes allegedly sent from an unknown person, demanded half of the Bitcoin information following a prior demand in February. The FBI is investigating the claims, which suggest, quote, out of country involvement, while Nancy remains missing from her Tucson home. Initial ransom demands and communication pointed to suspect operating from outside the U.S. or utilizing VPNs to mask their location. Was this it? I'm trying to remember. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sending that. 224. Thank you. You even sent me the timestamp. God bless you. Look at this. Credit goes to TMZ.
We got another letter today from this person, an email saying, "I know where her body is and who the kidnapper is. Give me half a Bitcoin and I'll tell you." And this person has been really persistent, knowing that if it's a scam, it's a federal crime.
Right. But they also made the point that they wanted to make it clear that they have nothing to do with it.
Right.
They've been out of the country, but who knows?
We forwarded
it to the FBI.
Right.
Did you fucking hear that? Holy shit. Holy shit. They have nothing to do with it. They have been out of the country. They have been out of the fucking country. I know that. But when you just, I mean, we've talked about this yesterday, but when you hear it, it's just crazy. what we've been saying on this channel what we've been saying on this channel. Oh my god.
That if it's a scam, it's a federal crime.
Right. But they also made the point that they wanted to make it clear that they have nothing to do with it.
Right.
They've been out of the country, but who knows?
We forwarded
again, we forwarded it to the FBI,
Right.
as we have in the past. And
Right.
for whatever reason, and this is the thing we haven't figured out, you have to assume that the law enforcement, they believe that this person is not legit. Otherwise, they would have advised Savannah to pay the money.
Can we just be really transparent?
Uh-huh.
I think you're right that the law enforcement doesn't. There's something.
I just can't figure out why.
Well, why
There's
not take a
something-
flyer? The price of Bitcoin is much lower now. These are like, you can just take a flyer and see what the person knows. The most you lose is 20 grand, 25 grand.
I'll tell you why. My spidey senses tell
Listen
me
to this.
that there's something about this guy because
Harvey's right, and Harvey's an attorney. By the way, he's a fucking attorney. Okay? Listened to Harvey. Listen to me. Listen to y'all. Listen.
one of the emails he sent said early on, time is of the essence to do this. And then the next day he said, time is no longer of the essence. If he was pulling a scam, why would you say time is no longer of the essence?
Exactly.
You want to keep the value
You
high
want to keep
of
the
your
value
information.
high.
Yeah.
And the fact that he said this made me think, this guy knows something.
Yeah, it's
And
a way to look
and-
honest
and-
as well,
and
though.
I'm not, look,
Right.
I'm
We
not
don't
FBI.
have, we're not
I don't
privy to
know.
all the information they are, but
You're talking about
just
the
from the
psychology.
outside
Yeah.
looking in, it sure seems like this person knows something.
Hi, this is Hannah from Boston.
You know, again, I'm not accusing anybody, but, you know, you know, you know, look at the nose, how it fucking matches and everything. You know,
today from this person, an email saying, I know where her body is and who the kidnapper is. Give me half a Bitcoin and I'll tell you. And this person has been really persistent, knowing that if it's a scam, it's a federal crime.
Right. But they also made the point that they wanted to make it clear that they have nothing to do with it.
Right.
They've been out of the country, but
yeah, nothing to do with it. They've been out of the country. 41 months. I didn't know anybody could put up with me for 41 months. Anybody. Thank you so much, Texas. Oh, my Texas, live in Texas. Texas is a place I dearly love to be. Thank you so much, my darling. Appreciate you. You are a legend. Hello, Justin. OG from the beginning. Love you. Love you too, Poodle. You're so sweet. Man. Hold on. One second, I'm going to pull something up here. Texas is the place I dearly love to be. I got the song stuck in my head.
That Zach's a great guy, and I hope people.
Ms. Mondo, I really don't have any questions for you. That's why I was hoping if you had anything to say or anything that you want to give to the case or anything to Nancy. I know you don't even know Nancy, but I know that you're a God-fearing man, and like you've been so forthcoming to us, and you're a nice guy. I feel bad that people did do that to you. You know what I mean? But I think you're over it. You know you weren't here.
Can you hear me, Alex?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you more. The second day that happened, the second day in the morning. I think that thing happened on Friday when they catch Luke, brother, inside the car.
You know a lot about
Yes,
this.
the second day in the morning,
I think
the FBI and the sheriff department showed up to the dealer, to MG Motors, and they asked about the title. They asked who bought the car, how did he pay, and that's it. They didn't ask about Zach. They know Zach didn't do anything. They know
Zach didn't do anything. You're talking. He doesn't say they know I didn't do anything. He says no. They know Zach didn't do anything. Separation 101. Come on. Third person, yes. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Wonder why Luke's mom bought RR for MG Motors and River. Yeah, I'd like to know that myself. Good question, right? No, he's documented. In my opinion, he's documented. I believe he is working on maybe a permanent resident or keeps renewing his visa.
Zach not here inside the country even. But the people keep saying.
You hear that? Did you hear what he just said right there? Wait a second. I'm gonna make a video of this. I'm gonna make a short. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. Just bear with me. I'm sorry. Okay. Clip it.
And that's it. They didn't ask about Zach. They know Zach didn't do anything. They know Zach not here inside the country even. But the people.
Okay, now watch.
Person has been really persistent, knowing that if it's a scam, it's a federal crime.
Right. But they also made the point that they wanted to make it clear that they have nothing to do with it.
Right.
They've been out of the country, but who knows?
We forwarded
to the
Out of the country. Okay.
Ask about Zach. They know Zach didn't do anything. They know Zach not here inside the country even.
Okay. Interesting. Clip it. Okay, we're good. I have to say clip it for the AI to end it. Isn't that interesting? I'm not even in the country. He goes from index to pinky to tip with the thumb. That's true. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the people keep asked who bought the car, how did he pay, and that's it. They didn't ask about Zach. They know Zach didn't do anything.
Okay, so this is my question. This is something I just caught. Clip it. How does he know about these financials that Luke Daly bought this Range Rover? He says they contacted him, meaning Zach, even though he talks to himself in third person. How does he know that? Because he says they're asking him about the financials of Luke Daly's Range Rover, how it was purchased. Okay, this is coming from a guy that says he has not worked in this car dealership, let alone been in the United States, he claims, since 2019. How does that make sense? Clip it. How does he know that, guys? Just thought of that. It's one thing for him to say the FBI called me, they was asking, but he bought this a week after Nancy Guthrie went missing. Luke did. No, Luke bought this a week after Luke and his mom bought this vehicle a week and a half later. Why are he's saying the FBI called him in Jordan at a place he hasn't worked at in 6 years? He says they didn't ask me nothing except about the car that was sold to Luke. Why are they asking you? You haven't worked there in 6+ years, sir. You are claiming. And did, girl. Zach, come on up, baby. Come on up. Justin, yes, even if his friends with the people at the car lot, they're not going to call him and tell him all of the details. Well, it's not even about, you're absolutely right. But it's not even about them and calling and telling him the details. He's saying the FBI is calling him in Jordan, asking about the details at a place he hasn't worked at or should know nothing about since at least 2019. Now, come on, folks. Listen.
To the dealer, to MG Motors, and they asked about the title. They asked who bought the car, how did he pay, and that's it. They didn't ask about Zach. They know Zach didn't do anything. They know Zach not here inside the country even. But the people keep saying Zach for 1 month. maybe I'm sure till this minute there's people they're not believing that I didn't do it.
Zach did it. Yeah, they're gonna still say Zach did it. I know.
Yes. How? It's like, guys, ask yourself. You are an adult. You have a brain. You have everything you need to think right.
You have all the tools.
Yes. Right?
Right?
Alex?
Yes, you're right. We have all the tools. It's like these people should be adults, and they should at least be like how me and Madhu were.
Now,
we reached out to you because your name was out there. Yeah.
Alex, if I showed up, if I showed up to your house until you,
I think I skipped it. Hold on one second. What do you say?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you more. The second day that happened, the second day in the morning, I think that thing happened on Friday, when they catch Luke, brother, inside the car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Luke's brother inside the car. First of all, we don't know Luke's brother was inside the car. And we don't know it's Luke's brother inside the car. We've never been told that. Luke said he was inside the car.
Second day in the morning, I think the FBI and the sheriff department showed up to the dealer, to MG Motors, and they asked about the title. They asked who bought the car, how did he pay, and that's it. They didn't ask about Zach. They know Zach didn't do anything. They know Zach not here inside the country even. But the people keep saying Zach for 1 month. maybe I'm sure. Till this minute, there's people they're not believing that I didn't do it.
Zach did it. Yeah, they're gonna still say Zach did it. I know.
Yes. How? It's like, guys, ask yourself. You are an adult. You have a brain. You have everything you need to think right.
You have all the tools.
Yes. Right?
Right?
Alex?
Well, this is the thing. He says that we got 1,100 likes. That's amazing. This guy buys auctions and wholesale and independent dealer and wholesalers to independent dealerships who put it up for resale. Well, he doesn't seem like he says he hasn't been in the country since 2019. Where do you listen to that?
Because Zach said he's a thief, then he's a thief. No, you can't do that.
Good point.
Right?
Just any person can't just be he's a thief.
There is things you need to do to get a proof that he's a thief.
Yeah, something. Like repeat it.
This is what happened.
He says he talked.
This is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. 1 or 2 or 10 or 100 people, they showed up. Zach did it. Every single one in, I will not say in USA, every single one in, let's say in Arizona, yes, Zach did it. How? Just think.
Yeah, that's why I said, hey, we apologize from the community, because for anybody to go through that, but to vet it out, sometimes people put names on there. I didn't put your name out there, but it's funny how your name wasn't even on the lease. They sold it. MG Motors sold it to Luke's mother, and your name
to his mom. Yes.
What I'm saying is, how they can pull your name, because, like you just said, you like all the pictures because they're friends of yours. You like the pictures, so I think that's where they pulled it. But the funny part is, it wasn't even his Range Rover that they got your name from, right? You sent it to me. It's a different Range Rover.
In my opinion, I'll just say, Giggle, I believe he left the 3rd week of February.
That's funny.
There's It's not only about the Range Rover. There's people mentioned that my eyes
Yes, I heard
green,
that.
so it's the same eyes color.
Nope. Yes, that is correct. But he says he has nothing to do with the business, hasn't worked there, doesn't know anything about the Range Rover or anything, right? If he said, yeah, I bought it and I sold it to the company and the company sold it to them. Okay. That's not what he says, though.
With that guy showed up on the camera in front of Nancy Guthrie house.
What do you want to say to people who said that?
And it's not even green. I want to show it to you. It's not green.
That doesn't mean anything. And have you not seen your photos look like you're wearing contacts?
It's brown. It's brown.
With green eyes?
So someone in the chat asked if, Zach, you were at California in 2023, Tucson and Miami in a car addiction?
Car what?
Where? 2022?
2023. I mean, you say that you...
I think,
uh-huh.
Mado, I think these people,
I agree, Deborah.
saw my TikTok account. But if you want...
So, what's interesting is he makes his Facebook private. He deletes... he allegedly makes his Facebook private. He allegedly deletes one TikTok account. He allegedly keeps another one up, the one I showed you. He says these were updated at a later time. And he deletes... Let me see here. I'll tell you. Let me look at my records here. 1 second. He deletes one. He deletes 2 LinkedIn allegedly accounts. He has... I don't know if that's 2 Instagrams or if it's the same one. 1 second. Okay. Same Instagram. And then on his records, it shows up as the car dealership as under his.
Be sure.
But it's not his.
Go to my Instagram account. You're gonna see there's icons, right? There's icons on the account, right?
Oh, yeah, the highlights. Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
Mado?
Yeah, I'm here. We hear you.
If you click, yes, the highlights. If you click on that highlights, Tucson, you're gonna see the real date. Same videos is gonna show 2018 to the videos on TikTok after I opened the account, because I opened the account in 2022 or 2023. I don't remember. But the real date of these videos, it's from 2018. Go now to Instagram, you're gonna see it.
I don't know who's even asking, but how about this, Zach?
I can't hear you, Alex.
1 second here.
Oh, when's the last time you
mentioning?
No,
right.
but
let me show you something.
like question for me.
Okay, so he says, let's go to the Instagram. Okay. Is there any with the same let's see here. Look at this. Watch this. He says they're the same ones that he has on his TikTok. Okay. Let's see here. It's very interesting that I only see on his Instagram, which seems to be his favorite, in my opinion, the one that he maybe uses the most often. They all seem to be Middle East or, like Dubai, Jordan. All right, that's as far as it goes. Okay. All right. Now let's go. You just seen every video or everything, right? You just seen everyone. Now let's go to his TikTok. He said he uploaded from Instagram to his TikTok at a later date. Oh, how interesting. Los Angeles, Tucson, California, Tucson, California, Miami, Hollywood, somewhere probably Tucson, Seal Beach, I guess that's California, Tucson, don't know where. I think that's Dubai, Dubai, Tucson, on his way from I think Tucson to Arizona or Tucson to Emirates or Emirates to Tucson. Where does that say that is? United Arab Emirates. Don't know where this one is. But I don't see any of the same. And that doesn't seem like a lot. I don't see any of them the same. Yeah, giggle. I'm wondering that. Actually, that's a very good idea. So I'm asking, I don't see any of these at all on his Instagram, like you just said. At all. Oh, hold on. You know something? I just thought of something. 1 second, guys. Hey, Zach, baby, you got that fucking locked down. Locked. How interesting. It's very interesting. He's got the two that never mind. I don't know. Let me check. No, I think it's curtains next to him. I don't think it's a white hoodie or anything. But I just saw something here. Hold on. He's driving a Mercedes there. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, very in the bushes. Did you show him the legs? Yeah, he's very, very hairy. Who's using a voice changer? You think Ritui? This is getting good. Angel kisses. Angel kisses. There's more. There's a lot more. I don't know what to think. Very intelligent and catches things. Who's MADU? Thank you, Chef. Lovies, it's really hard to know that. I can only pull up, like, I get information that only, like, law enforcement and private detectives can get. And I can only, like, it's only US, right? It's only domestic. It's not, foreign, if you will. So it doesn't really tell me that. Mm. Yeah, I don't believe. I do not believe Porch Guy actually has tattoos. And again, FBI hasn't said that as well. In my opinion, if they thought Porch Guy had tattoos, they would, they would probably say that. And again, if you look at these arms, again, not accusing anybody, but if you look at these arms, especially with gloves and night vision, look at these lines. Look at all of these lines. You could easily mistake that as hair or a tattoo, rather. No tattoos. He has no tattoos. Everything there you see is hair. That's all hair. Hair, line, hair. Looks like, line, hair, line, hair, line, hair, line, hair, line, hair, line, hair, line. Like, so, and with night vision, it completely distorts everything. I thought that was a shirt. That's an arm. That is an arm. I don't really watch it every 2 weeks, so I don't know. Luke, hey Marion, welcome. Yes, Luke does have a brother. Zach, no, they're not scars. They're not scars. This is his arm. We see his arm and other things. It's just the hair pattern, how it grows and how it just kind of, when they're moving. So it's not a tattoo on there. Not a tattoo on there. Yeah, the coat was shed, all of that. So that mark on his arm looks like a cat's hair. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. It can mean it can mean different things, but generally, if there's something like this, it's that they are separating themselves, or they have a really big ego, that they lift themselves up in high esteem. I don't think she did either. I agree. I agree. You're having spaghetti and meatballs with French bread. Smells yummy. The yummy angel kisses. Much love. What did YouTuber say? Do we know what the destination of the 4 a.m. plane was? What did Sammy say? What did Sammy say? Can someone tell me? I don't. Sister works for, and he used to work for. Yes. Sister works for, and he used to work for Luna Jets as accountant. Private jet left Tucson at 4 a.m. that morning. If you can find more on that, that would be fucking amazing, Sammy. I do know that he did. I didn't know that, Thought Criminal. I didn't know that. But I do know that he worked for a private jet. Yes, that is true. Yeah. That is true. Who sent something? Someone sent something. There's, in my opinion, way too many connections. Just in my opinion. Oh my God, guys, we just hit 42,000 subscribers. Holy hell. Okay. 1 second. What am I doing? Give me a second here. Oh, come on, dude. Okay. Belle, thank you for sending 30 jewels. Really appreciate that. Ashlyn, thank you so much for sending 2 sparkles. Wendy, thank you for sending 10 jewels hearts. Thank you so much. Stacy, thank you for sending 250 jewels. Really do appreciate that. Wendy, thank you again for sending 20 more jewels. Very kind of you guys. Thank you very, very much for your support. Really do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. And oops, maybe this one. Okay, I think that's it. Deborah, thank you so much for renewing your membership, my darling. Appreciate you. Thank you, baby. Right. Thank you so much, my darling. Really appreciate you. Thank you, lovey. Yeah, learned a lot. Hey, Mousy, good to see you, my friend. So what's new with the Guthrie case? Oh, Amy, girl, we are digging. We are digging. You got to go back. Watch the last 3 lives. A lot. All right, guys. Why would Luke say his mom had had a fib in the interview? I don't know what you mean. Thank you, Webbs. Thank you, darling. Dig into China. That's right. For sure, you have to watch the last members live for sure. Kimchi girl. Girl. Yeah. That was crazy. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Hey, Pokey. Much love, everyone. Okay. Oh, someone sent a gift. Mama Bear sent Turn It Up. Thank you so much, Mama Bear, for your gift. Thank you, baby. I just got 3 more gifts. What? Susan, thank you for the 2 jewels. Thank you so much, dear. And Mousy, thank you so much for the 2 gifts. You guys are amazing. Where's Remy? She is over there. Oh, we need a chicken party. Yes. 1,000 thumbs up, 42,000 subs in about a year and a half. Not bad. Let's give it all we got. Y'all ready for this?
Katie! Christopher! Daniel! Katie! Christopher! Daniel! Daniel! Oh. Suck it now. A bullshit? Oh. Suck it now. A bullshit? Oh. Suck it now. A bullshit?
And it
to
was
Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot.
Yes,
Mr. Proudfoot, what happened?
Lord, kumbaya.
The following is an actual video of Sheriff Nanos taking a midnight call. And thank you so much, the Cheat Girl, for the $4.99. Much love, my dear.
Hello? Hello? I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
The following is an actual video of me putting on lipstick.
Girl, how I look? Like a damn fool. No, them veneers don't make that look no better.
Girl, bye.
The following is an actual video of me eating snacks at 3 a.m.
Let me see what's going on with this little piece of fruit, baby. Clear my throat. Got a good little ring to it, not tart at all, very sweet. Let me get on up here, baby. I don't need everybody in my mix. See, you don't need to see Big Mama eat her oranges. Go on back to camera up and stop playing with my time before I get active mode face.
Get up off me. I said that's enough. Let my gut to the goat. You act like you starving, Monquito. Now I said that's enough. You want to bite me? Huh? Okay. That's how I feel. Now get up off me. Got these people recording me act like I don't feed your ass. And look at your damn daddy just sitting there. You need to come get your damn daughter. She get this shit from you. Now let my damn titty go. You didn't eat. Let it go. Because at this rate, I'm not gonna care if Monkey Protective Services come get your ass. Now let them go. You didn't eat and you acting like you starving. Okay, we won't listen. We won't listen. Who is that? Oh, I thought I heard something. Now get your... Okay, let me just turn my ass around. Now didn't I tell you to let my shit go? Now I'm not about to keep playing with you in front of these people. I'm trying... Okay. Let me see who looking. Okay, hey.
My dog's name is not Fluffy. My dog's name is Tucker. 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 If you don't hear it, maybe you'll know what it spells.
RCMP, open up.
Day at the drawer. Ooh, I love how you just... Ooh, Lord, babe. It's been a long day at the drawer. Ooh, I love how you just touch and caress me. Rub down there. Ooh, yes. Ooh, scratch around this belly. Get around that belly, boy. Fuck. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. It feels magnificent. Ooh, Lord. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, baby. You had did something too rough right there. Slow down. Slow down, cowboy. Slow down, my boy. What's up? Lean with it, rock with it, what? Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, don't be touching me there, baby, because I'm going to touch you up there and down there. Oh, Lord. Sometimes you... Oh, wrong song. Yeah, just touch me, baby. I'm too shy. I don't want to play with the Lord like that. Playing with his time. Oh, Lord mercy. Where you going? Come here. What you doing? What you doing, babe? Paddle me. In the words of Janet Jackson, I need some discipline tonight. I've been very bad. Paddle me, boy. What is you doing? Don't be trying to grab it. You playing with my time. See y'all later. Fuck. Ooh. Take me away from the pain and you bring me paradise. What's pretty out of here, girl? What's going on? We need to go down there to that barbecue shack. See, last time they shorted me a rib. I need all my meat. I want to feel ribby. Playing with my time. Girl, I ain't know they closed down the full town. Nobody really shopped there anyway. Shit, they always play with people's time. Girl, look at Bonita. Oh, man, playing with people's time.
Bonita?
Girl, it's too hot out here to be having all that on, all that black and hoodies. You look like a hoodie. Playing with your time.
He needs to marry my little Pearl. They would look so cute together.
This nicotine patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me.
Oh my God, look at Chris. Is that Chris? Is that Chris?
November 26th.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
Mr. McKinney will see.
They can shut their chicken tone,
chicken bone, Google Chrome, no home flip phone, disown ice cream cone, garden gnome, student loan, full-blown Indiana Jones, overgrown Flintstone, X and Y chromosome, red zone, Sylvester Stallone, AutoZone, professionally seen silver Patron, head the fuck up, okay?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm like, so gay there. Is that Chris? I couldn't believe it. Is that Chris? Thank you, the Chi girl. Appreciate you very, very much. Don't make just a minute, honey. I was rapping that day. Chicken bone, Google Chrome, ice cream cone, Indiana Jones, X and Y chromosome, Fred Stallone, Sylvester Stallone, AutoZone. Yeah, all that. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really, really do appreciate you wherever you are. Take good care of yourself. You only get so many trips around the sun. Enjoy your loved ones. Enjoy your life. It goes by so quick, so quick. I'm halfway to 80. I cannot believe that. It really does go by quick. Much love, everyone, and justice for Nancy Guthrie. I think the FBI knows a lot more than they're letting on. I really do. Stick around. A lot more to come. Talk to you guys, Lord willing, tomorrow. Good night, everyone. God bless.